Hi, I'm Lee, and this is my podcast about my handmade life. I'm on Instagram as louleigh_, and Ravelry as louleigh, and I'm a purveyor of fine knitting accessories, and you can find me at Shop Louleigh on Etsy. But you can find links to all of my online places at louleigh.com. It's so nice to have you here. It's Friday morning and it's a work day, so I feel like I'm skiving. But we have house guests all next week, which means that the factory turns into a spare room. So I'm going to be sewing all weekend, just to kind of keep up with things. So I suppose it's okay if I skive on Friday morning. I mean, I quite often do the podcast on Friday morning, but for some reason this week I really do feel like I should be doing something else. So much nicer to talk to you guys though. So, the first thing to talk about is community news. And the oldest along came to an end, and I drew a winner, and I haven't noted down who it was. There was a winner! And if you'd like to know who won the prize for that, then pop on over to the Ravelry group. Yeah, because I've posted it there, and I'm a disorganised podcaster who hasn't written it down. But yeah, so I have drawn for that and sent out the prizes, and it was so fun. I still have my oldest stuff, my oldest stash that I want to cast on, but I'm still in the middle of my great holiday whip down as well. As I said, that's going to run from Christmas till Easter most probably. And I have some of my languishing whips to show you, and some new things as well. But anyway, eventually I'm going to get to my oldest stash. I want that to be the kind of the next thing that I cast on. Yeah. I've been doing secret knitting, and so this episode might be a little light. But anyway, the other thing that we have going on, well, not just the other thing, we've got a few things going on in the Ravelry group. We've got Knit 1000 grams happening, which is a challenge to knit at least a kilo of yarn before all of the fun festivals start, when we start acquiring more yarn. And I think Unravel is this weekend or next weekend or something like that. So some of you will be starting to stash quite shortly. And I have met my 1000 gram goal, but I had set some other goals for Knit 1000 grams, and so I think I need to go back and revisit the thread to see what my other goals were, to see if I've met those as well. So yeah, I should go and do that this afternoon and see what that was. I think I need to update my post on Knit 1000 grams as well. That goes until the Edinburgh Yarn Festival on the 15th of March. And so I closed down the thread for the oldest along and realised that I really missed the Stash Appreciation Society. I really missed that. I hadn't realised how much sort of enthusiasm and thoughtfulness that group of people and that thread really gave me for my stash. And so I have opened a new thread for the Stash Appreciation Society 2018, and I would love to hear what you guys would like to do for that this year. I'm not going to give away monthly pattern prizes again, but it would be nice to kind of have a quarterly theme or something that we can do together over a period of time. I mean, I found the oldest along quite fun, and it would be really fun to do some other things this year that just piqued my interest in the stuff that I have in my stash. And the Stash Appreciation Society kept me looking into my stash and being excited about the things that I had to knit from stash. And so I'd really like to do that again for 2018. I'm not tracking my stash in and stash out this year, but I think it's nice just to kindle the enthusiasm for things that I have. So yeah, if you're interested in joining in and being enthusiastic about your stash as well, then pop over there, and if you have some ideas for some knit-alongs or some different things that we could do in that group, then let me know. That would be awesome. I would be so chuffed to have you back on board for that again this year. I'm looking at some of my stash and feeling excited about it now, so yeah, pop on over and join in the group, and we can do fun things together. We also have the Advent mini skein swap going. Oh, I rattled that off quite well this week. I'm quite chuffed with myself. Caffeine must be working. And I have buddied everybody up for Q1. So if you put your name down for that, go and have a look. Get in touch with your buddy. I'm going to get in touch with my buddy and pack up some yarn this weekend. So that will be exciting. Yeah, and have fun swapping. That should be good fun. I have also opened the thread for Q2. So if you want to be involved in that, then that will be open until the end of March, and then sort of the following week I shall pair everybody up. Yeah, so you've got quite a long time to join up for that one. But yeah, all good fun. And the final thing that we have going on in the louleigh Ravelry group is the Tiny Owls cowl, and this is a pattern collection that I released last November, and a few of you have been knitting along with me. I cast on the smallest size of the mittens in this lovely yarn. Well, two lovely yarns actually. The speckled one is a sorry, I'm pausing and humming and hurrying because I'm not sure if my camera is telling me that it's focusing or not. I hope it is, otherwise you're going to have fuzzy owls. Yeah, so the mini there is a speckled yarn that I was gifted by Lara from The Fawn and the Fox. And I really like the way that looks with this other yarn. I think the colourway is Damson. Let me just find the tag here. So this is from the Travel Knitter, and it's called English Damson. And I'm enjoying the way these two are looking together. And I have cast on the cuff. I finished the cuff. I'm actually onto the colour work now of the second mitten. There we go, evidence that I've actually done it. So yeah, they're really good fun. So yeah, if you're knitting on any of the patterns from the Tiny Owl collection, then the cowl is going until the end of the month, so come over and join us. So as I mentioned, I have been doing top secret knitting, and in between that I've been working on my corner to corner crochet blanket. I'm still not sure if this is worth showing you because it probably doesn't look terribly different from last time I showed it to you. Does it look bigger? I'm an incredibly slow crocheter. So this is my scrappy blanket that I have been making. And I am using a 3mm hook from Clover with a nice spongy handle. And I had just taken all my scraps and I have knotted them together in this rather scruffy looking magic cake. And I'm just working my way through that. So yeah, it's been quite nice and relaxing actually. I think I have put quite a few rows on this since you saw it last time, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to grow particularly rapidly, that's for sure. I also got out another project. This is part of my great holiday whip down that had been languishing for quite some time. So I had cut out ages ago the Champak Quilt. This is a free pattern from the Fat Quarter shop, and there's a, whoops, that's the wrong way. This is the schematic for it. It's a free pattern from the Fat Quarter shop, and there's a tutorial for it on YouTube. And I had bought a Champak just willy-nilly some time ago of all of these Japanese fabrics. And as it transpired, in order to make the quilt you needed 2 Champaks, so I bought another one. Yeah, and then I had bought this linen to go with it. This is the same linen that I backed my jelly roll race quilt with. And because all of the colours, you know, there's quite a variation in the colours, I thought this light blue would kind of set most of them off. And every now and again I come across a square that I really love. So, like this one. Well, it's orange, so of course I love it. Yeah. Yeah, so I got those out. I had cut out all of the squares. Well, these ones came pre-cut, and these ones I had to cut out. And basically I just had to put them all together. So these ones still need this one still needs pressing, so it's a bit wonky looking. But I feel like now I've got the big blocks together, I'm most of the way there, which is not really the truth, because there's still a lot of, once you get the top done, there's still quite a lot to do after that. But that's been really good fun. I quite like quilting for kind of, it's nice relaxing in the evening sewing. So yeah, and as I say, all of the, I mean, some of the fabrics double up, but not often. And there's some really pretty ones in here. There's the odd one I'm not so keen on, but yeah, I've been enjoying all the different colour combinations and that sort of thing. So that's been really good fun. And then I have actually started something. I've started a new weaving project. Well, I've made the warp, which in weaving, as far as I'm concerned, counts as starting. So for this one, I've decided to make a large wrap that will go with my woolen winter coat. And so I got a couple of balls of this opal yarn. Oh, I've got a frog in my throat now, stand by. Which is from the Energy collection. And I like that it has kind of this camel colour and the blue and the orange in it. I didn't realise when I ordered it that it has purple in it. But yeah, I think that will be okay. So it's from the Energy collection and it is called Entschlossenheit. And I forget what that translates as. It was on the website when I purchased it. And I'm not sure if you'll even be able to translate it with my dodgy German pronunciation. The colour is 9402, so yeah. But then I got all fancy on myself and I decided to alternate yarns again. So I have this, which is a bit of a mess. And this is Whistlebear Havering Bell, which has mohair in it, because I thought, wouldn't it be nice? Can I hold these in one hand so you can both... The reason I'm trying to hold these in one hand is so I can do this and make it focus. Yeah, so I'm just trying to focus on my head now. It's Havering Bell from Whistlebear and has mohair in it, and I thought that this would give the project kind of a nice fluffy halo. And I decided to alternate the yarns in the same way I did for my last weaving project, which I think I showed you last time. So anyway, in order to make the warp, which is this sort of braid here, I have warping pegs that I clamp down to my table, and the warp has to be 2.5 meters long. And so basically I make the yarn, I position the pegs so that I can wrap the yarn around them in a zigzag and get 2.5 meters in length without actually having to have 2.5 meters in a straight line. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I didn't take a photo of it to show you either. And then you make up the warp by wrapping round the yarn around the pegs in your zigzag format, and then you have to tie it off quite carefully so it doesn't end up in a big knot. So it does take a little while to do. But I have a question for you weavers out there, because the opal yarn has nylon in it, and so it has a bit of stretch, whereas the mohair yarn doesn't have the same amount of give in it. It's not nearly as elastic as that yarn, and I'm starting to wonder if that's just going to make the whole project quite difficult to tension and get even. So yeah, if you're a weaver and you know a bit more than I do, I would like to hear from you to find out if this was a silly idea or if there's some sort of technique for managing a warp that has yarns with different elasticities, or if I should just go forth fearlessly and boldly and do this. I think I'm at a point now where I could actually change my mind if this is going to be too tricky for a beginner. So if you're a weaver and you're just more experienced than me and know a bit more about this, I would love it if you would pop over to the episode thread and let me know if this is genius or madness. That would be awesome. Yeah. So that's all from me for today. Well, not quite. I have one quick shop update to talk about. There are 2 listings for custom cases in the shop right now. So if you want a custom in Shop Louleigh over on Etsy, so if you're wanting a custom DPN case or interchangeable knitting needle case, then pop over there and you can get one of those now. So that really is all that I have to chat to you about this week. It's been so nice to skype off for the morning and have a coffee with you. If you enjoyed yourself and this was your first time, then I hope you'll come over to the Ravelry group and join in there, or you can click subscribe if you want to see me rattle on about my projects again. And I shall see you again soon. Cheerio!